A very good morning to all our students. I hope all of you are fine. So, today we are going to learn some other new topics in entrepreneurship, and which is class 3. So, we shall have a look on it. So, what are the contents inside? So, today we are going to learn about qualities of entrepreneurship or qualities of entrepreneur. And the second topic is role of entrepreneurship in economic development. Okay, so first we can see the qualities of entrepreneur traits. So a successful business people have many qualities. Okay, so they will set some goals. They are very specific on their goals. They are very confident and they are very optimistic means they will always have a positive attitude towards the pros and cons. That means uh, they are very positive in taking the risk and in facing the problems also, and they are self disciplined. They are very disciplined. Discipline means here they follow the rules and regulations, and they stand on their rules, and they are self starters. They don't wait for others permission, and if they want to do it, they simply they start. Okay, and they are innovative, they are creative. Okay, so there are mainly 10 qualities of the successful entrepreneur, or 10 traits of the successful entrepreneur. So let's have a brief look on it. List of qualities. So here there are the 10 list of traits. Number 1, disciplined, confidence, open minded, self starter, competitive, creativity, determination, strong people skills, strong work ethic, and passion. So let us see in detail. Okay, so here the first point is discipline. So we all know what is discipline. Discipline means nothing but obeying the rules and regulations and doing what, and always try to eliminate the distractions to their goals. That means they always focus on their work. They are only work minded, and if there are any disturbances in their work, they just eliminate them, and they just want to find a solution if any problem comes. Okay, and they will always wear new strategies, and they will always apply new techniques and tactics to get success. Okay, they always look for a technique or a special tactics to get success, because successful business needs special tactics and techniques. That's why. So successful entrepreneurs are disciplined enough to take steps every day towards the achievement of their objectives. Okay, so discipline is the first quality to become success, not for only the entrepreneur but any individual. If we want to get success in our work, whatever the work maybe it is, so he must be a well disciplined. Discipline is nothing but obeying or following the proper rules and regulations, and making strategies and techniques to get success in their work. This is nothing but discipline. And the next one is confidence. So confidence is also the other success mantra for any individual or for an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur will always have confidence to get success in his business. So he is not overconfident, but he is confident. But that means they are confident with the knowledge that they will make their business succeed. That means they will have confidence in themselves. This is nothing but called as self confidence. If we are doing one work, means we must have confidence, and always do not ask questions about whether they can succeed or whether they are worthy of success. They just follow their mind. That means they are always confident on what they are thinking, what they are planning, and what they are implementing. So one should be self confident on what they are doing. Okay, so confidence is also another success strategy for an entrepreneur or an individual. Okay, confidence will reduce fear and increase the motivation to get success. Okay, that is nothing but confidence. And the next one is open minded. So open minded means here entrepreneurs realize that every event and situation is a business opportunities. Okay, that means he always be a person who invites the other people's suggestions, guidelines and opinions and also he follow other people guidelines to increase his business potential. Okay, so open mindedness is very important also. So you must have a broad thinking ability, and he must always try to change the threats into his opportunity. This will be possible only when a person will have an open mind. Okay, open mind means nothing but inviting the suggestions, guidelines and asking the queries from experienced people. And this type of people will have ability to look at everything around them and focus it to unity from his surroundings and whatever work it is going around him. So in everything he always try to find an opportunity for him. Okay, that is nothing but open minded. Next one is self starter. Self starter. Entrepreneur knows that if someone needs to be done, that shouldn't start it themselves. Okay, that means nothing but creativity or initiative. Self starting is also called as innovation. Sorry, creativity. So, if you want to do something new, you must start. Okay, you must start, you must take the initiation and you must start something by first. So these type of people will set the parameters and make sure that projects flow in a right path. Okay, that means they will keep some boundaries, they will assume the risks and opportunities, they will construct the rules and regulations, and they start their own plan and implement their plan by first. Okay, so these type of person are proactive and they won't wait for someone to give them permission. They don't seek permission from others, they don't want to take permission from others, they just follow what they want. Okay, and what he's thinking. So entrepreneurs are mainly self starters. That means they start the business with their own assumption and they don't want to take permission from other. Permission means not the legal one. So they don't ask others about what is good and what is bad. They very important. Next one, competitive. Competitive. So we all know that today the world is running in a competitive business environment. Every business from pin to plane is having competition. Yes, competition. So if one person gets success in a business, another 10 people will come and start the same type of business and they compete with the former one. So that means many companies are formed because an entrepreneur knows that they can do a job better than other. That means competitive spirit is very important. An entrepreneur's quality is to face the competition. Okay, not to come back or get out from the competition. If you want to win the race, you must participate in the race. That means if you want to get success in the business, you must face the competition and you must compete with others and you must give tight competition for your competitors. Okay, and these type of entrepreneurs will always want to win at the business that they create. They always want to win that business that they create, and they want to be first in its race. So, or in their segment, whatever the segment they have been started in the business, they just want to get success and they want to be first in the segment. So, an entrepreneur will highlight their own company's track record of success. Okay, that means company's successful track record will create competition for your competitors. So competitiveness is also another important quality of an entrepreneur. Next, creativity. Next one is creativity. So we all know about creativity. What is creativity? It means able to make connections between unrelated events or situations. Simply, creativity means trying new or bringing something new to the market or to the people which they haven't seen till now. So, creativity will always makes a business run in a successful path. Nothing but people in nowadays will always try for new thing. They want to have new products, new services. They always try for new objects. So if an entrepreneur is creative, he will give he may give a variety of products to the customers which is new in the market, and this one will make his business success. Okay, an entrepreneur will come up with solutions which they are synthesis of other items. That means they reproduce products to market them to new industries. That means they always try to introduce something new into the market. If you introduce something new into the market, the people, you can gain the people's attraction and they will try your product, and if it will be liked by them, then they will routinely purchase your product and your business will run in profit. So if you want to get profits in the business and if you want to be first in the race, you must be creative. You must release creative products and you must provide creative services to the customers. So creativity is also another. Determination. So what is determination? That means they always determine to make all of their endeavors succeed, so that they will try again until it does. That means determination. In Telugu, we call it as nibaddhata. Nibaddhata. That means something like discipline. So entrepreneur will not fall when he get failure. He again find a way to get success, and they will find the reason for the failure and they will find the problem, sorry, they will find the solution for that failure, and they again and again and again and again they will try to get success in the market. So determination is very 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 important, or important quality for any individual. If you get failure or if you get any loss or failure, you must not fall down. You must find the solution for that problem, and again you must find a new method and you must get success. So if you may fail one time or two times or three times, but fourth time you may get success, or fifth time you may get success, but success is ultimate. Okay, so that's why strong determination is very very important for any individual. Okay, successful entrepreneurs do not believe that something cannot be done. That means successful people will always believe that anything can be done by themselves. Okay, so determination and self confidence is very 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 important to get success in the business. Okay, yes. Next one is strong people skills. Nothing but strong people skills here is nothing but what is the meaning of communication? What is meant by communication? Communication is a process of transforming information from one person to the other person in a meaningful way. Here, communication skills are very very essential for a person, because you have one thought and you must be you must be able to um, able to explain your thoughts and opinions to your staff and the people, and you must be able, and you must have proper communication skills to sell the products to the people and motivate your employees. If you want to motivate your employees, communication is very very important. So communication barrier should be eliminated, and an entrepreneur should have the strong communication skills to motivate his employees and to sell his products and to explain about the benefits of his product or service to the customers. Okay, so most successful entrepreneurs generally know how to motivate their employees and how to grow their business. Okay, so here communication skills means highlighting the benefits of any situation and motivating the employees towards the success. So strong communication skill is nothing but people skills here. Okay, communication skills play a very 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 vital role to motivate the employee and to make the people understand about his business and about his product and services and to get success in the market. It is nothing but people skills, which we will call it as communication skills also. Okay, next, strong work ethic. So what is ethics? I already explained the previous class about what is ethics. Ethics is nothing but to do and what we must not do. Okay, so successful entrepreneur will always follow the ethics. Okay, so he always do the right things, he always know what to do, and he always know the difference between right and wrong, and he always keep his employees to follow the ethics. Okay, and these business people will be the first person to arrive first and last one to leave the office. That means strong discipline will come by following the ethics also. Okay, so following ethics will lead a business to get success in the market. Okay, next, again, if we talk about the ethics, the business people mindset is constantly on their work, whether they are in or out of the workplace. Okay, whether you're in the home or whether you're in the office, business people will always think about the work, work, work. Okay, this continuous thinking and continuous analysis will keep your business in a position. Okay, that is nothing but work ethics. One must be disciplined towards his work, whether he is an entrepreneur or employee, irrespective of his quality and sorry, irrespective of his designation, anyone must follow work ethics. The next one, passion. Okay, passion is also one of the most important quality of a successful entrepreneur. Okay, passion means a love towards their to make the business succeed, because there is a joy and their business gives which goes beyond the money. That means one should have passion or love towards their work. One, if we have passion towards something, we always try hard and concentrate more on achieving that particular thing. Yes, right now, correct. Because for example, if we have a passion towards cricket, one a person will always try to get try to win in the match. In the same way, a businessman should have passion towards his work. When he have the passion and love towards his work and towards his business, then his concentration will be improved in his work and he will get success in the business. Okay, successful business person will always research different ways to make their business better. That means he always learn, he continuously learn, he makes research, he makes analysis, he makes assumptions, and he find different ways to make the business better. So passion always get a person success irrespective of his work. Okay, so these are all the 10 traits or qualities of a successful entrepreneur, or qualities for a successful entrepreneurship. So again, let's have a look on it. Discipline. One should have discipline towards their work, and he must be confident on what he is doing, and he must have self-confidence, and he must be open-minded, and he must accept all the situations, and he must accept the guidelines, suggestions and opinions from the other people also, and better suggestions also. And next, competitive. So he must have a competitive spirit to be in a competitive environment, and he must face the competition, and he must create competition for his competitors also. And creativity, he must be a creative person to bring something new to the market and to attract the people, and he must have the strong determination to do something, and he must have proper communications to motivate his employees and to explain about his products and services to the customers better, and must be in an understandable way. And an entrepreneur must follow the work ethics to get success. And next one, and the last one, is passion. So he must have the passion, means love towards his work, and he must be very cautious, and he must be a continuous learner, and he must make researches and find ways to have a better business opportunity. So these are all the qualities of an entrepreneur. Okay, next, the next topic is role of entrepreneurship in economic development. So in this topic, we are going to learn about the role of business in economic development of a country. So we all know that our country's income is generated mainly through businesses only, because people run business, they pay the taxes, we pay the customers pay the taxes, and all this will helps for the economic development. So business is the only way to increase the economic growth of the country and for economic development also. That means GDP, simply GDP, gross domestic product. We shall have a look on the role of entrepreneurship in economic development. How businesses will help in country's economic development. Okay, in this pandemic situation, this is very, very important. Okay, so let's have a look. So here are some points which are the role of entrepreneurship in economic development. They are wealth creation and sharing, create jobs, balance regional development, GDP and per capita income, standard of living, exports, community development. So wealth creation and sharing. So by starting or establishing a business, entrepreneurs will always invest in resources and attract capital in the form of debts, equities, etc. from investors, lenders, and the public, etc. So this mobilizes public wealth and allows people to benefit from the success of the entrepreneur and grow in the business. Small example: if you want to if you want to start a business, you will have some amount in your hand, and maximum business will go for credit. That means they go for loan, they go for loan. So if you go to bank and take a loan, that means you are paying the principal amount along with the interest. So that particular interest is an income for the bank. So if the bank gets income, it will pay taxes for the government also. Banks also pay taxes for the government. And if you are running business and you are gaining profits, you will also pay taxes from your profits. So in the same way, kind of pooled capital that results in wealth creation and distribution, and it is one of the basic imperatives and goals of economic development. Nothing but business will always create wealth and shares wealth in a country. Okay, how it creates wealth? In the form of debts, equities from investors, lenders, and borrowings. Okay, these all will create income, and this income will create tax for the government, and we pay tax for the government, and these tax will help for increasing the wealth of the nation. Next, create jobs. So unemployment can be reduced by creating different jobs. How you will create jobs? By starting a business only. If you start a business, irrespective of its size, whether it is small, medium, or large, you must employ the people. So if you are employing the people, means you are creating the job. So it also helps for economic development, because if you create jobs, the people will earn. If they are earning, they pay for the government, and they can increase their standard of living also. So it helps to create the jobs. So entrepreneurs by nature, they are called as the job creators. Okay, and they are not job seekers. That means a business person will always want to give a job, but he does not want to do the job. So here an entrepreneur is also called as a job creator, but not a job seeker. He don't look for a job, he always try to create a job, and he always try to employ different. There is one less job seeker in the economy. That means if you become an entrepreneur in the economy, you will one unemployment person may reduce, because you became an entrepreneur. That means you are not a job seeker, you are a job creator. So starting business will also reduce unemployment. Okay, next, uh, for this purpose only, for creating jobs only, and to encourage the entrepreneurship in India, recently it has launched many initiatives. I think you all know about startups, to promote and support new startups. And take an example of Make in India. So in India, Make in India concept, Make in India has been uh, um, gained a vast demand and vast popularity, and it has attracted foreign companies and the FDI into the Indian economy. Okay, so these all creates jobs and also help for economic development of the nation also. All this turn will create a lot of job opportunities and helps in increasing the standards to a global level. So creating jobs will be possible only by the entrepreneur and only by starting a business. And India, an Indian government is also nowadays encouraging the people to start a business by introducing different policies like startups, Make in India, etc. Okay, and the next part, balanced regional development. So entrepreneur setting up new business and industrial unit. You start an entrepreneurship, or when you start a business or a industry in a particular area, that particular region will get developed. That's why only Indian government is also giving number of facilities and number of subsidies for entrepreneurs who are willing to start a business in backward areas. For example, if a person wants to start a business in rural areas nearby Bihar, the government will give maximum subsidies, they will give maximum allowances, and they will give government will give 100% support for the industry's growth, and this industry's growth will helps for the development of the surrounding areas and villages also. Because if you start a business in a backward area, it helps for the development of the other peoples also. Okay, so that's why government will also give 100% support and maximum subsidies for industries who are starting their business in other backward areas. Because already developed areas are well equipped. So balanced regional development will be gained only when an entrepreneur starts a business in a backward area, and when he gets success, and when he develops that particular area also. This is nothing but called as balanced regional development. That means all the areas, all corners in the country should be developed, okay, irrespective of its area or region. Okay, next, uh, let us have uh, a brief look on this balance of regional development only. For example, ways, that means if you start a business in a rural area, so it creates various jobs for the rural people also, and it helps for the development in the surrounding areas also. In the same way, that means that particular area may become famous, and that particular area or that particular village may become a town, and next a semi urban, and may become a city also. Okay, that means development should be started in rural areas also, then only balanced regional development will be possible. So balanced regional development here means developing all the areas of the country irrespective of its popularity. Okay, next, GDP and per capita income. So according to the survey of MSME means Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise, MSME sector comprised of 36 million units that provide employment for more than 80 million people, now accounts for over 37% of the country's GDP. That means there are in India there are 36 million units that provides employment for nearly 80 million people. That means 37% of country's GDP has been gained through the small and medium enterprise only. That means uh, this helps. That means a new addition of a business units will use resources like land, labor, capital, and factors of organization. Okay, so these are all called as factors of production: land, labor, added to the national income. That means not only the large and heavy industries, 36%, sorry, 37% of the GDP is being raised by only small and medium enterprise only, because all the people cannot start a heavy industry or a heavy business unit. Many people in nowadays are depends upon small and medium enterprise only. Okay, that may be a cottage industry, a small scale industry, or whatever it may be. 37% of the India's GDP is been obtaining through the small and medium enterprise only. This will helps for national income. This will helps for improving national income of the country. Okay, and this helps for utilizing the more resources of factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. So these four factors of productions will be utilized and helps to create income for the country and increases the national income also. Okay, next, so when national income is increased, we also know that per capita income will also increase. So I think you all know the about of the formula of per capita income. So per capita income is equal to, what is it? Per capita income is equal to national income by population. So this growth in GDP and per capita income is again one of the essential goals of economic development. And the next one is economic growth of the country also. That means if a business enterprise enters into their market and introduce a new product in the market, if that particular product is attracted by the majority of the people in the country, and if that particular product has been purchased by the many people, it signs that the standard of living of people has been increased. When the people standard of living is increased, then automatically economic growth will be also increased. Just a small logic: when people standard of living in a community increases, the economic development will also increase. Okay. Next, entrepreneur will also play a key role in increasing the standard of living in a country. Okay. Small example is nothing but mobile phones. Mobile phones has increased the standard of living of the people. Okay. So people attracted towards the mobile phones, and many mobile phone manufacturers have been entered into the market, and they are producing wide varieties of mobile phones, and we are purchasing the mobile phones, and the companies are earning profits, and they are paying high taxes for the government, and in the same pattern country's economic development is also getting high. Okay. So standard of living will also be increased by entrepreneur, and this standard of living will improve the economic growth of the country also. Okay. For example, take an example, automation that reduces production cost and enables faster production will make a business units more productive, while it provides customers with the same goods at the lower prices. That means automations reduce the cost and supply more to the customers. If the cost of the product reduces, price of the product will also get reduced, and it will be more available for the more number of the people, and automatically standard of living of the people will get increased, and which helps for increase in the national income also. So in the overall, standard of living will be increased, and economic growth and economic development is also possible only through entrepreneurship only. And the next one is exports. So I think we all know about EXIM policy, export imports policy. A country's economic development is possible only when exports are more and imports are less. What is that particular sign? If the imports are more, it is a sign that we are not able to produce and we are depending on other country. But if we are exporting to other countries, this signs that we have surplus and we have more than what we need, and we are exporting to the other country who doesn't have. So exports will increase more and more income for the country, but imports will decrease income from the country, because we get income from the exports but we have to pay for the imports. So exports should be developed, and which helps for overall economic development of the country. So by God's grace, uh, we are exporting many of the products to other countries in nowadays, and countries is generating more and more and more income towards the exports. Okay. So we are exporting the agricultural products, we are exporting the technology, we are exporting the industry related products. In every sector we are the prime exporters. Another key important benefits is that expansion that leads to more stable business revenue during the economic downturns is the local economy. That means exports will create more income, and which helps for economic development also. Okay, this is an important ingredient of economic development. Okay, next, the last one is community development. So economic development doesn't always translate into community development. Community development requires infrastructure for education and training, healthcare, and other public services. Okay, that means community development means economic development will possible only when we have a community development. Community development means what are the prime requirements we should have? That means education, training, health, infrastructure, public services, etc. If all these are favorable in our country, economic development is possible. For example, if you need highly educated and skilled workers in a community to attract new businesses, if there are educational institutions, technical training schools, and other opportunities, then it helps to build, to educate and skilled workers. That means economic development is not only possible by single entrepreneur, it is the responsible for each and responsibility of each and every citizen, and also by for the government also. We must have the basic requirements like education, healthcare, public services, etc. Also, if a country will have the vast resources for this education, healthcare, public services, and all of these, get the skilled workers, and these skilled workers will help to improve the business more and more, and they try to improve the income for the business, and this help for the overall development of the economy. So simply, so community development is also a very important factor for economic development. So here, the role of entrepreneurship means it helps in creating wealth for the income, wealth for the country and the organization also. It helps to create various jobs, and entrepreneur is a job creator but not a job seeker. And economic development is also possible only when balanced regional development is done. Balanced regional development means not starting a business in a well equipped or well developed area. Starting a business in a backward area and making your business develop in that particular area, automatically that particular area and its surroundings will also get developed. So this is called as balanced regional development. And GDP and per capita income is also possible only through proper entrepreneurship only. I also said that 37% of the GDP is earning through small and medium enterprises only. So people standard of living will also improve the economic development of the country. So people standard of living will improve because of introducing new products by the entrepreneurs. Next, exports. One should increase their exports and decrease their imports, which leads for gaining more and more income, and which helps for economic development of the nation. And the last one, community development. That means basic requirements should be provided in a country, which helps to get skilled people, and by these skilled people, two topics are very very important, and I hope you all have been understand about these particular topics. Okay, and thank you very much.